I'm Steve Boykin.
And I'm Carol Boykin. And we were on a cruise in February and came home, and about 5 days after we got home, started coughing and wheezing and thought it was just my asthma. I'm an asthmatic and I've dealt with it for 30 years, and it just kept getting a little bit worse, and I was exhausted. Then we got an email about, I don't know, a couple days later, from the cruise saying that we'd been exposed, and if we had coughing, fever, or aches, we needed to call a doctor. And so we called our doctor, and that got the ball rolling. They called the health department. We were tested, and 2 days later we found out that I was COVID positive. So it's been a roller coaster where been very, very sick, and then had a day or two where I felt good, and then would completely crater and go downhill again. And was it about a month in or so before we did the
Hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin.
Yes, and he said that he saw a change in me within 12 hours of doing
dramatic change
the first time, and then I felt good for 2 days, and that's the longest I'd felt good since I got sick. So we thought I was coming out of it, and then I went downhill again. And so the doctor put us back on the medicine, and I added zinc with it. And it took 5 days for me to really see a change after that. But then there was just a really dramatic change. And I quit coughing as much. I was able to breathe longer periods of time. In the beginning, I was doing breathing treatments every 3 to 5 hours, and a lot of days getting to the 3-hour mark was hard. That I didn't think I'd make it before the next one was due. But I haven't had a breathing treatment in over a week, and I feel great. I have energy again, and but I did do 10 tests before I got my second negative. So it's been a long, long road, and I didn't know that there would be ups and downs. I thought you just got sick. 2 weeks later, you're done, because they kept saying 14 days, and that's not at all how this went. And I had chest pain, lots of joint pain, lost my sense of smell and
energy.
Taste. I had zero energy. And I'm somebody who exercises a lot. And so to have zero energy after being somebody who exercises 2 hours, 5 days a week, it was dramatic to just, and not being able to even walk from a chair to the kitchen sink, which is maybe, 6 feet or so, without feeling like I just need to hold on to the countertop a minute because I'm going to fall over. I just was so weak. So our church has been awesome. They brought meals, they did grocery shopping, prescription pickups, just
all kinds of errands. Anything we needed, somebody was out there offering to help us out.
Yeah, and I haven't left the house other than to be tested since March 1st. I did go to church that Sunday, and again, thought it was my asthma, and then, got word a few days later that that's not what it was, and so all those people had to be tested that I was in contact with. And, just praise God, nobody that I was around got sick, including him. No one has gotten it but me. And, I just feel like that's a lot of answered prayer, lots of people praying, and our elders came to the house and prayed for us. It's just been...
missionaries that our church supports from all over the world were praying for as well. So we really felt like we were in good hands.
And I work with an orphan ministry, and the kids in Kenya were totally concerned and thinking that I might not make it. And one of the ladies called and said, "Can you please talk to the kids, because Jack has not slept in 3 days. He's been so worried about you." And so we were able to do a FaceTime call, and they prayed for me, and that just was just powerful. They were on their faces crying before the Lord to heal me. And I was able to, yesterday when I got the call that I'm good, call them and tell them that God had indeed healed me, and I'm good, and I'm going to be able to come and see them soon. So anyway, it's been a long road, and I didn't know what to expect.
And throughout the whole process, Carol and I have been together. I've really done nothing to separate myself or isolate myself during this entire time. So I haven't gotten it. Early on, I did get diagnosed with type A flu and RSV, but never was positive for COVID. I tested negative 3 times for COVID. So the doctor thinks I may have had it early on after we returned from the cruise. So I was more or less immune from it. So that may be why I haven't gotten it during this last 2.5 months.